What's up? What's up?
Oh, hey. What's up?
It's
Welcome back.
It's been a little bit.
It's been a little bit.
I feel like we've been saying that on a lot of our episodes lately.
Hey, man, life gets in the way, man.
Hey, shit happens.
You gotta handle business.
As you guys know, because you obviously follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good jazz. Competition in 8 weeks.
Oh boy.
Swole Rican, baby. Hashtag Swole Rican.
Yeah.
John Lindsay. We're taking on this Patriots Challenge July 6th. So, with that being said, schedule's been a little bit hectic.
Hey, I hope you win, bro.
That shit is for us.
Even if you don't win, though, you're doing all the diet shit and you're keeping your body healthy. All right. Well, either way, man, just don't even
worry about that.
It's still a good result anyway.
Shout out Coach Sean Jackson, baby. His plan, my vision, our body, our gold. We will win. That's just what that is.
Go for gold.
Going for gold, baby.
Go for gold.
That's what it is. Also, in case you guys didn't know, remember hashtag sponsor us. That's the way we go. Bang Energy, Cannabiotics, Zigzag Cigarillos, and of course Desert Grown Las Vegas. I guess cultivator,
farmer.
Farmer. There we go.
You know.
But
distributor.
Support your local Vegas. Entrepreneurs. So we make sure we do that with the Cannabiotics and this Desert Grown here.
Yep.
Bang, hashtag sponsor us. You guys need to hit us back like now.
It's pretty delicious.
It's pretty delicious. It's full with all kinds of wake me up and nothing against my nutrition. So yeah.
All right.
But with that being said, of course, welcome back to the Realist Budcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, the Realist Rican, Daddy Doogie.
The Dukester.
That's what we do. Senor Dugasio Ramirez.
Duketron 3000.
That part.
I'll take
that's
all
just
those.
what we go by.
Yeah.
And again, as we said, there's a little hiatus. We want to do an attempt to make the Budcast a little more interactive.
Yeah, we want to. We always say, leave your comments and stuff, but this is a little bit better.
We took the next step on that.
Yeah.
What we actually did is, as you guys are aware of right now, there's a little bit over 40 subscribers. It's a good number for now. The more subscribers we get, the more content that we will let out.
Right.
So we're doing a little contest right now. For this episode, we had sent out a questionnaire to 6 random subscribers just to get their response. Was it about 6 or 7?
Something. Yeah, we threw it out to a bunch, but the ones we got responses back. Yeah, that we're gonna put maybe about.
So with that being said, like, subscribe for your chance to be entered in and possibly be a guest on the podcast. Not just your responses, but literally here with us.
Yeah, you gotta
on camera.
Come with some real shit, but
just be prepared.
Take the filter off. Say what you need to say, but you gotta be photogenic also.
Gotta be sexy.
That part.
So we got some responses. What we did not get though was the waivers to use anybody's names and or Instagram handles, things of that sort.
Permission slips were not turned in on time. All banging stuff over the table.
You are. That's why people do extra shifts.
If you didn't turn in the waiver, you don't get to go on the field trip. That's what it is.
So with that being said, you will know your responses when you watch. But the world will not know who you are. And that's okay.
Know who you are.
That's okay. We got responses from everything from bisexuals, from young women in their early 20s, older women in their mid-30s.
Couple older men, right?
Older men in their mid-30s, younger dudes in their 20s. And of course, obviously, you'll get our responses here on camera. So with that being said, let's dive right into tonight's episode.
Which is...
Boundaries. That's what it is. With that being said, you might be thinking to yourself, boundaries, borders, border wall, Trump supporter?
No.
What? No, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think anybody thought that. But
border wall around your heart is what we're saying. Boundaries for what you do in your life, not necessarily just in relationships, but in dating, in friendships, at work.
Who do you let in, and how much do you let them in?
That part.
Yeah.
So. I think it's going to be fun today. With that being said, let's go right into it. Senor Dugasio.
Yeah.
We did send out this questionnaire.
Yes.
We also responded ourselves.
Yep.
So what I want to talk about is the boundaries on ourselves. that we do to keep from catching feelings, to get too far into our feelings. I also feel like this opens up a can of worms, though, when we talk about our boundaries in our life, when we talk about friends and other, coworker relationships and acquaintances and things of that sort. So it could really just jumble everything up. So we want to just handle things one at a time and really go from there to try to keep it as fluid as possible.
Okay.
So with that being said, also barriers, of course, to stop dealing with things and situations. Like, I'm never going to see myself in that situation again. I'm never going to put myself around this opportunity again, never around this person. Oh, wait. Something's wrong.
What? Oh. Every time you stop in the middle of a sentence like that, I'm like, wait, what? What did we forget? What?
All right, we're good to go.
Right. How much you let people in? How much do you... Oh, and going through that shit before, the walls you throw up after shit has hit the fan. And
walls don't go up when shit didn't hit the fan.
Yeah, right?
Remember how naive you were at fucking 16, 17, thinking you were going to be in love with her forever, and didn't work out. Or him forever, whatever.
Cupcakes, rainbows, and butterflies at 16.
That's not what life is.
No.
Actually, the older we get, the more...
cynical, I was going to say cynical,
and, it's like, fuck the world type shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to start getting tough skin, man. You got to let people, you got to have stuff bounce off you, If you take everything to heart...
Shit don't work.
No.
Shit don't work. Oh, obviously... new set arrangements. See. Big shout out. We will use your name on this one, Laura. Lovely Laura.
My oldest friend in the whole world. Well, not oldest. One of the oldest. One of the oldest.
Let's not challenge this.
Okay, fine. One of the oldest. No, I love you to death. She sent this to me. She's like, your wall needs a little bit more. So
I am a little offended that she was like, I'm going to get you a bigger flag than C.
She didn't know. You can't tell that the camera adds 4 inches. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Remember that.
Right?
But
get your cameras out.
Again, thank you. We appreciate all contributions to the podcast.
Appreciate it.
It will not go unnoticed.
Oh, and by the way, best record in the league, first place, number 1 in the power rankings. Bellinger MVP.
Show up in the World Series.
Yeah, well, this is the strongest team we've had in the 3
when
years.
we play y'all in the World Series this year, show up.
This year?
Show up.
This year. You're going to be the Angels are going to be in the World Series. Fuck.
Squad.
Here.
Squad.
And when we were talking about this beforehand, he was like, don't throw any disrespect when you talk about your flag. I'm like, yo, I just talk about the Dodgers. I don't talk no shit about the Angels, okay? They can do their own thing.
Myself.
They have a little cute record. That's fine.
It's cute. It's very cute.
He told me not to disrespect. Now I have to disrespect it a little bit, But
so, but not getting too far off topic. We just wanted to, again, thank you for the love, and
shout out.
Appreciate that. So, let's...
What are the questions that we put on there? Let's throw that out there. What's some questions that we threw out there?
So as far as some of the single shit that we threw out to people, as far as when you're in a single situation, you're not involved with people, would you date friends? Would you sleep with more than one person at a time?
Yeah.
Are there rules to who you're dating, to who you're sleeping with? Do you have stipulations in the situations and, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like checkpoints that these people need to reach to be in your life.
Which is probably a good idea.
That's pretty fucking crazy when you think about it.
That's a pretty good idea.
And then relationship-wise, who would you date? Why would you date? Are there, things in your relationship, like do you not let them get on social media?
Yeah,
do you not let them have friends?
Share your passwords to social
while
media.
We're fucking on that right away, about here, it's about here we're going to go ahead and put it. Miss Aisha Curry. Wow.
Yeah. You brought this to my attention. I was like, wow, she really said that? Really?
Fuck, bro. Because, we like to keep things very current in here. So we're going to obviously talk about this situation.
Chef Curry with the pot, boy.
This man is a billionaire. Millions
if
from
he's
his
not,
contract in NBA.
Yeah.
Millions
Shoe
from his
deal,
sponsorships.
yeah.
I'm sure it's billions of dollars all added up together. If not, it's hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And this woman is stating in a very happy marriage, He's never stepped out. She's never stepped out. They have
that we know of.
Children's.
Yeah.
Right. That we know of. We have to let that be known.
Mm-hmm.
She came out and said that she does not feel wanted or attractive or
pursued
shit like that.
Okay.
Because random dudes don't give her attention.
Well, that's because they probably know she's Chef Curry with the Pot's wife. So I don't know.
But I would like to point out the fact that, wow, you're a married woman and you want the extra attention?
No, I think what she kind of was trying to say was that it feels nice for a woman to be approached. Like, yeah, you might be taken. They don't know you're taken. Like, if they don't know who you are and you get approached,
so Ayesha Curry,
you get hit on, it makes them feel good.
Everyone knows who he is. So
I wouldn't even be able to look at a picture and be like, oh yeah, that's Ayesha Curry.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, she's bad.
I don't pay that much attention.
She's bad.
I don't watch Warriors games like that. I'm a Lake Show fan.
That part.
Lakers.
Lake Show.
Yeah.
But
in total disarray, by the way.
Like, are you fucking serious? And she put this out on a talk show, like it was live television.
Really? She did? It was probably like the morning talk show. What are those? The View and all that shit,
And the Real.
Oprah, or
it's not Oprah no more, bro. But it's like the Real and shit like that.
Yeah.
But wow.
She just wants to feel good about.
But if you,
herself,
I'm also going to put up about here her old tweet from about 2011 that said, I don't have time for all these dudes trying to holler at me and da 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 da. So how are you fucking? You don't want attention, but you want attention.
I feel like that's what every woman's struggle in their mind all the time. Like, of course you want to be wanted, but you don't want to be pestered at the same time.
Okay, so we talked about how, it's not what she's wearing to say that this is what she is, and da 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 da, and who cares about what's going on, and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not, just because I wear a hoe's uniform doesn't make me a hoe, blah,
right.
blah, blah, right?
Chappelle.
So, she's saying that she doesn't want attention, but then she's saying that she wants attention. We've agreed that women don't want attention from everyone. They want attention from certain people.
From who they are attracted to. But how are we supposed to know that?
But she literally said that she doesn't feel wanted because she doesn't get the attention from random dudes. So, write in. Let us know what you guys think on this whole situation. Would you agree? Would you not agree with her? Would you say she's acting like a hoe? Would you say she's just normal tendencies for a female wanting to do these things? I don't know.
I feel like it's normal, but not a lot of women say that, though. Like, of course they want to be attractive, and that's why they put all this makeup and put so much money into their appearance. They want to be approached, but just not all the time by everyone. But that's the struggles. We don't know they want.
Just think, though, most women won't say this, right? So she only said what she was willing to say on television. Yeah. She didn't give her whole thoughts on the situation.
Yeah. So it might even go deeper than that.
It goes a lot deeper than that.
Right.
Hey, Steph, I know I'd be tired of her too. You want to leave Oakland and come over to LA, bro? That's perfect. We got you right here in the lake. We'll take Clay.
We'll take Clay.
You.
Absolutely, we'll take Clay.
With that being said, we're moving forward.
Yeah.
We also sent out a questionnaire regarding, friendships. Do you have, requirements for people to be your friends? Do they have to be in a certain situation in life? Do they have to be doing better than you? Do you have to have shared interests? Do you have to blindly loyalty to them? Things of that sort. So, yeah.
I think I was kind of reading the responses of some, the question that I sent out. I was kind of reading their response, and it just made me think of, do you start like your friendships with, I trust you until you break it?
Let's go into friendships.
Yeah.
We'll jump right into friendship. We won't even go into single relationship. We'll just jump right into
friendships. Yeah.
So, would you date a friend? Let's go with your answer first. Would you date a friend, Senor DeGassia?
Well, yeah. I mean, if the feeling is there, if the feeling is mutual, but a lot of times that friendships and trying to go deeper than that, it's usually one-sided. Like, it's not friendships or relationships that start as friendships. Yeah, they turn out great, but that's only if both sides are on the same page.
And I agree
usually
with that.
usually one side is more on it than the other side, and then you got to be like, well, no, calm down. I was just talking to a friend yesterday, and they were like, this dude's been in love with me. This woman, she said, this dude's in love with me, but I see him as my best friend. And he's continuously told me, like, oh, I can treat you good, and we would be great and all that. And she was like, well, okay, yeah, I agree that we could be, but I'm just not there. I just don't feel it.
So, my question to you is, would you, here's the boundary, the border, would you cut things off? Oh, Angels 5-0, baby, just want to let you know. Would you cut things off? Would you stop things before they even happened because of
losing
your
a friend?
friendship?
No. Would I cut it off because you want to lose a friend? No. Because to me, if I have that thought that I want to see what happens, then I want to see what happens. I'm going to see it through. Like if I'm good. If we go good and it goes well, if it goes well, then awesome. It turns out great. If it doesn't go so well, then you're like, well, I wouldn't live with myself if I didn't know for sure. So no, I wouldn't cut it off just to worry about losing a friend. Like no, I would have to see.
I agree with you on that one. I personally don't feel that you should have, a boundary about that of not dating a friend because of what might happen to the friendship. Because I honestly feel if you're as good as friends as you say you are, because you're so worried about losing that friendship, that you would take the steps necessary for it to not end sourly.
Yeah.
Honestly, to figure out whether or not you want to be in a relationship with someone, at least at my end, you can call me a fucking chauvinistic pig or whatever the fuck you want to call me for it. I have to enjoy sex with you. That for us to be able to move forward like that, so if we are friends and we have sex to see if it works and it doesn't work out, we're gonna obviously have the conversation of, hey, we're grown-ups, we're adults, this is what we did, but
it does still add awkwardness though.
Well, obviously, once you've been that intimate with somebody, like
super awkward. I mean, if you both can be like, well, yeah, it didn't work out, but usually if you sleep together, one of them and one person's like, oh yeah, it was great, I want to keep doing it, and the other one's like, I didn't really feel it, so then that could definitely ruin the whole friendship, and then it just could be awkwardness.
Let's talk about some of the responses we got on this though. So the first one, this is coming, looks like, from my male subscriber in his 30s. We asked, would you date a friend? Obviously, yes, I would date a friend. Your partner should be your friend, if not your best friend. So we then went into, are there standards for your friends? Do you keep standards for these friends? Yeah. He responded with yes, obvious. The standards for a friend. There's a major difference in friends versus acquaintances. My friends are usually in line with me on multiple levels: humor, kindness, interest, etc. Acquaintances are just people to kick it with that you don't want to fuck up. And I thought that was pretty interesting the way that he explained that, right? Because when you ask people, what would you say is a friend versus an acquaintance? Someone that you just spend time with versus someone that you actually connect with. And I think that's the perfect way of putting it, is I can be around you without wanting to fuck you up, but I don't necessarily like or hold you close to myself.
Right. It's like I feel like I've said this before on past episodes, the friends versus acquaintances type thing. You always say, you don't need no more friends. You know what I mean? I said, you don't need no more friends. It's like the people that have been with you for years and are still around, they are your friends. But acquaintances, people you meet, and people you know.
We've argued about that because I feel like if you could have known someone for 3 weeks type shit and have a feeling with them that you've never had with people that you've known for years.
Ugh, I would just be wary of it.
Be very wary of it. Take that with a grain of fucking salt. Mm-hmm. Some of my favorite answers though, one of the female subscribers, she is in her mid-20s, bisexual. She said that yes, she would date a friend. Let me actually pull that up for us real fast. Sorry. Yes, I would have dated a friend, and I have dated a friend at times. Sometimes when you connect with someone as a friend, you can learn deeper, more intimate things about a person because they trust you. I believe that in order to be happy with the person you're dating, you have to know them on a deeper level. Otherwise, they're just a fuck buddy you take out to eat.
Fuck buddy you take out to eat.
Awesome too.
Fuck buddy you take out to eat.
A fuck buddy that you take out to
Wow.
eat. Like, if we're not working towards something, that's basically what we are. We're just a fuck buddy that we like to hang out and smoke. We go drink. We eat. We work. Whatever we do that together. We're not more than just fuck buddies or friends. And I think that's awesome the way that she put that, because coming from a female's point of view, out of her mouth,
right.
That
sounds like a dude answer, so
yes.
I'm glad that it was a woman who said it, and 100%. Especially that we knew, or they might have known, that the responses were going to be anonymous. You get really what people really truly feel, which is what we're here for,
which is awesome. So, also, we talked about, are there standards for who your friends are, things of that sort. She responded with I don't necessarily think there are standards for having a friend. The initial vibe and connection is the important part. But as a friendship and a relationship develops to continue, or continues to develop, I should say, we ultimately have our likes and dislikes in people's characters, attitude, actions, etc. It's up to us to whether or not we keep them or accept them for who they truly are and who they offer. And that's legit, because I have friends that I think make the dumbest fucking decisions in the world, but I accept them for who they are. Would I necessarily date these friends? Not if I feel like you're making stupid fucking decisions.
Yeah,
because if I feel like you're going to jeopardize our lives together,
yeah,
that's not something that I'm going to go ahead and do. So if that's
no
a
bueno.
border, if that's a boundary that I put up around my friends, then yes.
Yes, you got to
do.
surround yourself with people that's not doing dumb shit, so you don't get roped into some dumb shit. Just like the movie last night, Blind Spotting. You got to watch that shit. Anyway, but what she said stood out about, because one of my people that I asked, it was another woman. She said she sets boundaries with friends based on the vibes they give off, and she said that too. That basically you got to feel out what you can let in, like how much you can let this person in, like how much are you going to trust them, because you can pretty much tell when you're talking to someone how real they are and how real they're being with you, and how much you can actually trust what they're fucking saying is actually, truthful and real.
So with that being said, then would you date multiple friends? So we'll go into the single part of the aspect of it as well. Is would you be with multiple people? Would you date multiple people? Those were the things that we sent out to the subscribers as well, and we received responses on those that a couple that threw me off. My response on would I date multiple friends at once is I believe that's what you do. If you're not being exclusive to one person, you should never hold yourself back, because honestly I feel that can be detrimental, because if you only are dealing with one person, you could put a lot into that person, and honestly that could be better for you out there. I'm not saying look wise, I'm saying better fit for you out there.
Right,
because you'll never know unless
if you're not exclusive to that one person, then you're obviously not super committed, and you're like, there's something kind of holding you back, I guess. So,
but some of the responses that we got back, would you date multiple? Again, from my bisexual subscriber, for our bisexual subscriber, one of the ones I should say, she simply put for us, would you date one at a time? She's like, if I'm single, I'm not exclusively dating one person, kind of what we just said right now. I would date more than one at a time. If there's no agreement with a sole person that I'm exclusively talking to, then why limit my opportunities of getting to know someone who can potentially be my partner?
Dude, it's just about being grown. Like, dating to someone like that's an older teenager or even an early 20s means, oh, you're dating them, you have to be with them, like you're with them. Like, that's what dating means. But dating, I feel like now as an adult, is like, no, you're not exclusive, so you're dating and seeing how it goes. And honestly, sleeping with someone else, that's something different. But But
I personally, from the male subscribers, the male commenter on this one again in his 30s, he told me, or he responded to us that he would not. And you said one at a time, and he says why one at a time is because he would like to give someone his all and not have to worry about, necessarily things being
like super heavy.
In a sense. One at a time, my time is precious and it will only be spent on the person I feel is most deserving. Time is the one thing in life that we can't get back. I wouldn't want to divide my time amongst multiple women when I can spend all of my time with one that is best for me.
Yeah, but finding that one is kind of...
And that's where I would argue with him. That's legit deep. Why would you limit yourself? You want to give your all to that person.
He's a
giving
romantic.
your all to the wrong person is a killer.
Yeah.
It is a fucking killer.
Oh, it happens.
Oh, Big Al going yard, baby. Sorry.
It happens all the time. People get mixed up with the wrong people, and then because they have that mentality, like, I only want to spend time with this one person, they get roped into something they shouldn't really be in. And then it gets further and further in, and then you just feel like you can't get out. So it's like, people do, they go at the wrong people all the time. So you could definitely tell he's a hopeless romantic. And I love that idea. I love it. Like, I believe in love. I believe, true love and all that stuff. But just finding it is tough. Tough as fuck.
More responses that we had from, more followers, more subscribers. 2 female subscribers in their early to mid-20s did let, their candid responses, and I thought they were hilarious on theirs too. Yes, they would date a friend because they know you and the stupid shit that you're going to do. That was one of their responses. The other one's response, of course, was depending on the friendship. And I think that's the normal thing here, or the natural thing, the common denominator in everybody's answer is it depends on what kind of friendship it is and who the vibe you're feeling with.
Feel out the vibe.
We asked, would you put boundaries on, those friends? Would you kiss them? Would you not date them? They said most friends don't kiss.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you're kissing, there's obviously something else.
Would you date multiples at one time? Their responses, it's easier. It's easier to date one person at one time so that you don't get shit confused. I guess I can understand that. We did also present, would you sleep with multiple people if you weren't exclusive? My favorite answer, again, from the bisexual that responded to us on this one, was simply put, yes, I would, because if I'm not mutually exclusive with anybody, this is what the fuck is going down. Like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And that's great because I was like, whoa, that is unbelievable. What was that actually? Sorry, I want to give.
Well, if she's.
Oh, I'm selective with who I sleep with, but I also would want to know who my potential partner is. I would want to know if they're a good fuck or not.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to waste my time dating someone who can't make me come.
Who can't make me come, plain and simple. And then the little emoji like this. And I was like, I read that and I was dying. That's the one I was trying to find earlier too. That was a good one.
That's a great
answer. Hilarious. And it's super real.
And it's funny because it obviously, again, like I said, it comes from a female subscriber. Where from the male subscriber that responded to us on this one was no, he would not. And let me give you his exact answer. So, same answer for would I date multiples at one time, one at a time. People are gross, and herpes is forever.
Herpes is forever. Don't
That
go to
shit
Coachella.
was hilarious.
Watch out, all you EDC people.
Hey.
All that shit at Coachella. EDC is about to spread over there too, because those people that went to Coachella is going to EDC too.
But that shit, it's
It's funny that the dude is the one who said no.
But I think that's why I say I don't think it's funny. I think it's ironic, right? Because if you go by the standards,
society norms, what people
norms,
think of like how men are, horn dog,
And I thought that was hilarious that we got those two
conflicting
answers on it, and that's
amazing. Like, but that's what we want to do, though. We got to bring like everyone's different opinions in there. Everyone's different, has different thoughts. So it's very funny to me, though.
Are there standards for your friends? Do they, or for who you have in your life, who you date? I personally, you guys know my stance. If I am the same person with or without you, I don't need you in my life. That's friends, coworkers, relationships. If we don't better each other's situation some way, somehow, what are we doing?
That's just a rule. That's a success rule in life.
If you're the smartest person in the room, bro,
get out the room. Yeah, go to a different room with smarter people. Because if you're the smartest one in the room, who's to challenge you? And
you never grow.
Right.
You might help those grow around you, but if you're not growing, sorry, I'm the center of my universe. You know what I mean? So, I sent out, or we sent out, I should say, regarding, do you have rules, standards? Do they have to be better than you? Again, I give you my answer. How do you feel? Do they have to do
just surround yourself with people that are successful and that will push you to be successful also. If you're hanging out with someone who's not going to do shit for you, then you're not going to want to do shit. So, I don't know. It's like, be careful how you spend your time, that's all. But we still talking about friends, right?
Yeah. Or just people in your life.
Yeah.
So we'll say relationship, we'll say single, whatever. Do they have to be doing better than you? And
No.
And
not better, but just be a.
Some of the responses we got, of course, on that was like they need to have a drive. They need to want
to do something.
Be better.
Yeah.
Every day, there needs to be a drive to improve themselves. As long as there's a dream or goal in place for one person, then that's fine. And that's from the male subscriber. That to me, I think is interesting. Reason being, the difference, I've said this before, between a goal and a dream is the plan of action. A goal has an end date. A dream, I want to do this. A goal is I have to do this by this time.
You gotta live it. Ideally.
Again, for my favorite response on this one again, do they have to be doing better than you? No, she said. But I'm also not going to start off by having to take complete care of someone I'm dating. As a woman, I take pride in spoiling my man, of being able to say, hey, I got us for dinner tonight. And I know that when they try to argue to pay, that's always good. But I don't care. If I make minimum wage or you make $1 million, I want to date you because of who you are, not of monetary. Mm-hmm. In regards to health, I always take concern in the health of the person I'm dating. I want to be able to know the person I'm with is in a good feeling, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, they're just going to take care of themselves and not going to let themselves go when they get too comfortable. That's the big thing. I see that. I mean, everybody sees that. You see that all the time. Like, you get into a relationship and all of a sudden you guys stop caring and shit. Like, you should never stop caring about the way you look.
Caring.
Never, ever.
Never stop caring.
It's your life. It's your body. But anyway.
Another great answer here. I know we're jumping all over the place because this questionnaire is hilarious to us.
Yeah.
Would you sleep with multiple people? Said no, because it's easier not to scream someone else's name.
Has that ever happened?
It's never happened to me.
I've seen it in movies and shit, but I've never heard of it happen in like real life.
I've had when I'm arguing.
Oh,
with someone,
Billy! You're like, what? It's Jonathan.
I've had people that I'm arguing with say someone else's name, but not sex.
Right. That would like whoa. Would you stop?
I mean,
It depends on how good it is. If you like, all right, I'm gonna deal with you after I get done right now, because I'm already, there's no stopping now. But no, if you're in a relationship and say someone else's name, yeah, we're definitely stopping. But if it's just someone you're seeing and they say someone else, then
so
like,
when you're dating,
let me talk to you in a minute.
People in a relationship, do you have to have access to their social media, to their passwords, to their phone?
This is a tricky one. This one has, like, everybody was chirping in on this one. You should have access, but you shouldn't have to check. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to check. And that was most of the response that I got was, like, in a relationship, this is from one woman. She said, if you should have access, but if you feel like you have to check often, then either you have issues or the person is just being shady. I'm paraphrasing what she said, but that's basically what she said. So, like, yeah, if you should have access, you should be able to have access, but if you feel like you have to check, then either you have issues from your past who someone else fucked you up, or you just feel like they're being shady and you shouldn't be in that relationship anyway. And if you got trust issues from someone else, you should not be with another person. You better fix that shit before you get with someone else and try to put it on them. You know?
From a female subscriber, we got, this is a different subscriber from any of the ones that we've already talked about. She's let us know, I think everyone deserves their privacy, but you should be able to trust the person you're dealing with. When it comes to mine, they can go through it and I don't have anything to hide. As far as going through theirs, I don't want to go through it. That's a little weird to me, the whole having, I mean, I'll give you my password, I'll go, but for you to be going through it and checking it all the time, why are you doing that? Are you insecure? I know I'm not doing anything. So when you're constantly going through it and doing that, it makes you feel like you're doing something.
The age-old guilty, so let me check the other side, deflecting.
Exactly. You're projecting shit onto me.
Because you're guilty about something.
So.
Oof, that actually has happened to me before. It was not good.
And that's just, I feel like if you go looking for something, you're going to find something. Because you're going to even interpret something as something that it's not, or it may exactly be that, but that's...
Like, you got a text from a friend, like a legit friend, because we're adults now, and you can have friends of the opposite sex, which we should talk about next. If you get a text from the opposite sex and they're just saying, hey, or like, so just something dumb, and then you read into it, and you're like, oh shit. So is hiding friends of the opposite sex is obviously a huge red flag.
So there you go. Is it okay to have friends of the opposite sex?
If you're upfront and
platonic friends, guys,
introduce them,
not
and
fucking around.
Right. We're adults. We can have friends of the opposite sex. It's very, very common. It's not always just with the intention of, oh, we're gonna sleep together. Like, no, we're adults. We can have straight linear relationship.
Do you have rules against your friends, your partners?
Not rules. Introduce me. If you're hiding them, or you don't make an effort to introduce, like, if they're good friends, then yeah, you better introduce me, because.
Is it okay for them to be hanging out with friends of the opposite sex by themselves?
If I know who they are and I've met them and I feel good about our relationship, then yeah.
That's a tough one.
Because
good about the relationship.
Yeah, because if you're like, I don't know, just like you said, you feel out the vibe.
If you're feeling iffy about your partner, you wouldn't trust them to be alone.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. I definitely never had rules behind partners being friends of the opposite sex. Then my previous relationship, that took me to a whole other fucked up situation.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I don't feel you should be really hanging out with members of the opposite sex by yourselves. Call me selfish. If we're in a relationship and you have some free time, I think that should be spent with me.
Well, yeah, you're busy as fuck too, though. What if your schedules don't line up?
So when I have some free time, I should be trying to kick it with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but what if you're busy and she's like, well, I'm just gonna hang out with a friend?
So why do you have to hang out with fucking Jimmy and not Jenny?
Because that's
Bobby and not Brenda. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So you're much more strict on hanging out with.
I feel it could be weird. It could be weird. Like,
well, what if they introduce you and like you guys are good, you just don't have the same time off or whatever. You've met that person. They've been friends before you. Like there's no situation where you'd be like, okay, go ahead.
I have no problem with you having friends of the opposite sex. I do not feel you should be hanging out alone with these people. Is all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's Saturday night. Why are you going to the movies with?
So it's just the idea of it. Just the idea of it that you don't like.
Why are you going to dinner with just you and him? Why are you guys going out? Why isn't it a group of people if it's just all friends? I get things of that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disrespect you like that. So don't. I just ask for the same thing in return. You can't expect people to do what you would do or act how you would act.
Right.
But I do have boundaries and strict rules for myself.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Some of the responses we got back on this. Go ahead. You want to get into anything about it or?
Just the one woman that I touched. She went into detail. She basically just said that just hiding friends is a red flag, but if you're upfront about it from the beginning and you introduce it, like, if it doesn't seem weird. Like, you can tell when someone's telling you something and they're kind of like dodging around or they're pausing or like you just really got to read them when they're talking about this person, because that's when you can tell if like what kind of relationship they have. If it's just like, oh no, man, this fool Jimmy at work, and like she's trying to tell you, oh, this fool Jimmy, man, he's so funny. He's just like, well, we work together, just like make it like if they say it like calm.
We're not talking shit about you, Jimmy. We don't know Jimmy.
Jimmy, you totally look like his brother.
Jimmy's brother.
You sing for us, Jimmy.
One of the ones I got here, my partner can have friends of the opposite sex because it comes down to trust again. But if I see that a girl is going out of her way to get their attention, and they don't stop it, then yes,
true.
You couldn't be that specific friend. And I would prefer my partner wouldn't be alone with them, or if I know this girl does like or has a thing for my partner, then I prefer them not being alone together. But in general, they could have friends that are girls and hanging out alone with me.
Right. We didn't even bring in the whole savagery of it, because like girls do that. Okay, everyone does it.
It's not
men
that
and
I
women.
Don't trust my partner. I don't trust the friends.
Yeah.
And the same goes for me.
That's savage.
I don't want to be put in a situation or a position to question anything, and I don't want my partner in the position to question anything.
That's savage. Girls trying to.
Simply put, don't put yourself in a situation that you could be jeopardized. We're adults, but come on.
Right.
You know your temptations. You know what you're gonna. You know what I mean? Like
girls trying to steal away dudes from other girls, and that shit happens all the time too. So to say one side might be naive to it, like naive to what their actually intentions are. These friends that you're hanging out with, these intentions could be savage. Hashtag savage.
Hashtag savage.
Savage.
We realize that not every dating thing is going to turn into a relationship. So one of my favorite questions on the questionnaire was, how many times would you say you had sex with someone you realize it's not going anywhere? Like, simple, like you know it's not going anywhere. You know you're wasting your time. Are you still going to sleep with them?
I mean, depends on how thirsty you are, really. I mean, is it really... Are you really just like, I'm in between people and I don't have anyone, but I can, go sleep with someone over here to just kind of hold me off for a while? I don't know. There's gaps. There's gaps, So I feel that's what I think of when I think of that. Like when you know it's not going anywhere, but it's just kind of.
And some of the responses, of course, here again. When I was younger, I did not care who I slept with or how often. I truly think that was always a way of a self-deprecating mechanism. As I grew mentally, I realized that not everyone deserves what I have to offer. I wouldn't waste my time fucking you if I knew we wouldn't talk the next day. Sex is getting to know someone on a deeper level if it's done right. That came from the same person that's been saying that she would sleep with multiple people, that, if it's not a good fuck, so there is always both sides to the coin. No person is just one way.
Yeah.
No one's like, rah, 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 everything sex and no romance.
Right.
Not everyone, I don't think not anyone is one specific way.
Right. You just gotta feel it. Feel the vibes. That's let's turn it out to be the moral of this one. Just feel out the vibes.
Everyone has the right to fuck who they want or whomever they want and how many times they want. But how do you consider yourself special if you're handing out sex like samples at Costco? Everyone's going to grab a sample once or twice, but at the end of the shopping trip, we opt out on buying crap because we already had the sample or because someone else said the sample was fucking gross.
Oh.
That was a great response.
Dang, okay. Nice. I like that.
Unfortunately, this is a...
pretty big metaphor.
A small world. What is it, the 6 degrees of touch?
6 degrees of separation.
There you go. You know someone who knows someone who knows, and everybody's connected.
Yeah.
Chances are, you know someone who slept.
Ask Facebook.
With your person.
Mutual friends and all those mutual friends that pop up, and you're like, oh shit, wow. And you're like, what? You were friends with them? Like, yeah, we actually slept together years ago, but.
So be selective with who you. No one's ever saying don't sleep with people. 100%. I'm saying sleep with people. A hoe is not a hoe for fucking everyone. A hoe is a hoe because they're fucking everyone and everyone knows
about it.
That's the whole thing. And I said, I didn't say he or she because a hoe is a hoe. A hoe is a hoe is a hoe is a hoe.
Yeah.
All right?
Man, woman.
So,
absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. Handle your business. Be responsible, people.
Feel the vibes. You feel the vibes, man. Makes me think of Cheech and Chong, but of course.
So that's just some of the questions. We don't have time to get into everything, but I thought that shit was hilarious.
I feel like we covered
in some of the responses that we did receive.
Yeah, shout out all you people. We've been reading your responses.
You
know who you are, so we appreciate it.
We got a special thing coming to you guys. I want to let you know. It's coming in. I need addresses. So we're going to be sending out emails for you guys to where you want your gift bag and your goodie bag sent.
You got a gift bag.
With that being said, we do appreciate all your responses. And again, like I said, like, subscribe, share. For your chance to be entered, and as I said, to even be a guest on the Budcast.
Oh, you think you can hang? Yeah, you think you can hang? Stay here right in the middle?
That's what I'm saying. So
bring it.
Any last words that you really want to share? Some final thoughts?
Feel the vibes. That's really all it is, man. People, have boundaries, please. Be strict for who you let in. Please. Because you keep letting everybody in, you're going to get hurt, you're going to get taken advantage of. Throw your boundaries up, let your true people in, and don't get mixed up in stupid relationships that you know aren't going anywhere. That's it.
Hey, all right. I think you went full circle.
Right. I thought so.
Like, subscribe, comment, share.
Show some love.
Let us know when you do, and we'll make sure that we get you entered. Yeah. Love you. Good night.